Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Today's flavor is wild mountain blueberry, and the high today is going to be 37 degrees. It's very cloudy, but there's just a dusting of snow on the ground, so not too bad of a day. I plan on staying home, so we'll see how that goes. I still have lots of catching up to do here at home. And next week I have to do a lot of running around, so I need to get my things done. Nothing major. I still have some laundry to do and some floors to clean up and plants to water. So I have my little list going. But yesterday was a pajama day, and I did do some things around the house. So I'm enjoying my pajama days. And I know it's not for everybody, but I enjoy my pajama days. I can still get things done, and I can be comfortable. Sometimes having to get dressed every day, it's not as comfortable as your pajamas or your loungewear. So I don't know, do you guys have loungewear that you put on, or do you do pajama days, or do you have to get dressed every day? I know I read, I watched a video, I don't remember, it was Fly Lady, and she even recommended putting on her tennis shoes after she got dressed, and she said that was a signal to her brain that it's time to work. Well, that's fine, whatever floats your boat, but in my house I wear my slippers. I don't want to wear tennis shoes. I'm not a tennis shoe person. I mean, I do have slip-on tennis shoes that I like to wear, but I know many people like tennis shoes. I guess because they think they're comfortable, but they're not my thing. So anyway, using my pretty cup again. This is such a pretty color. I remember when my son was little, I did his room in like a mint green and a blue. It was like a plaid wallpaper. Very subtle, and it was really pretty, very fresh. So that's it for this bottle of creamer. Not to worry, I have more. I still have a bottle of French vanilla in there that I actually bought for my grandson because he likes that. But he used up the peppermint first. So, but that's all gone now too. Trying to use up things in the fridge and get that cleaned up so it's not so crammed. So cheers. Ah, very good. Oh, that hits the spot. So that's my plans for the day. I plan on finishing up my laundry, getting it put away. Sometimes with laundry, I get it washed, I get it folded, I put it in the laundry basket, and there it will sit in my room. But I have to get all that stuff put away for next week. If my mom comes and stays with me, then, I don't want all that stuff sitting around. So anyway, I'm going to enjoy my coffee now, and then I will meet you at the budget book. Okay, here we are back at the budget book. So yesterday I didn't spend any money, so doing better than I did at the beginning of the month, but I just picked up some produce things and had to order a printer cartridge here, picked up some produce here, and neither one of those broke the bank, so it's still a low spend month. I still have 3 expensive things that I have to do to my house. One is to clean up the landscaping, and I already got an estimate for that. That will be $900. I need to replace some windows, and those will be about $700 a piece. I asked the fellow that did my front window, he's going to do the other windows, if it would be cheaper if I did all the windows, and he said no. So I see no reason to replace windows that don't need it. I'll just replace those as I go along. But he did say he wanted to replace at least 3 windows to make it worth his while. So that's fine. I have 3 windows that do need to be replaced. So, and then I'm going to, the furnace fellow that did my mom's, fixed my mom's furnace the other day, he seemed like he was a very honest person, and he's a friend of my son-in-law. So I'm going to have him come over and do a furnace check for me, since my furnace is 20 years old. And you do have to be careful, because as furnaces get older, he showed me at my mom's house, they develop holes in the pipes, and that's a risk for carbon monoxide leaking out. So I'm going to have him come over maybe this week, or this next week, this week, and check my furnace. And I know, since he's a friend of my son-in-law, he's not going to tell me, oh yeah, you need a new furnace and new air conditioning, and they want to upsell everything. And he didn't do that at my mom's. He just gave me a price for a new furnace for her, and he said if the air conditioning works, then don't replace it. So that right there was a clue to me that, he's an honest person, and he's not like the mechanic that wants to sell you a whole new engine because you need your oil changed. So finding reliable people that you can count on is a good idea. It's just like finding a group of good doctors that you like, so that when there is an emergency, you're not running around with a chicken with its head cut off, to scramble and find somebody to do your repairs. So that's what I'm working on, finding some reliable people that I can count on to do repairs for me. And also, having a list of doctors that you trust and that you get along with, because that's important too. If you have a doctor you don't like, that's probably not going to be a good relationship for you, even if he's a really good doctor. So anyway, that's my take on the whole business. And especially as you get older and you can do less for yourself. I know some people are blessed with, good health most of their life. So, we have to adjust our needs to what it is our body is telling us and our house is telling us, because I do not want to sell my house. I'm very comfortable here. I have enough space, and if it's too much for me, I can close off some rooms. But it's a good thing I have the size house that I have now. It's not a real big house. It's an average size house. So, but now with, my mom getting older and needing more help, it's a good thing to have some extra rooms if you ever have somebody that has an issue that needs to stay with you. Not that I don't recommend downsizing, I definitely do. But, there's different ways you can go about it. Like I said, you can close off some rooms. You can even empty the rooms of all the furnishings, whatever. Get rid of them and then just close the door. And, you don't have to worry about that room anymore or that space. So anyway, that's my take on downsizing and doing and getting what you need. So I will be back. I'm still drinking my morning coffee. I'll be back in a little bit. 101 Ways to Simplify Your Life by Candy Paul. Day number 62. Practice moderation. Let your gentleness be known to everyone. The Lord is near. Philippians 4:5. When was the last time you went to a potluck and practiced moderation? With all those tempting dishes, it probably was easy to pile the food too high on the plate. Well, in some ways, life is like a potluck, and it's hard not to overdo. Moderation, as a godly virtue, sounds boring, but life is simpler and easier when you take only what you need and no more. Instead of an upset stomach from overeating, savor a few flavors and feel satisfied. Spend less instead of piling up credit card debt. Cut back on your schedule when you are feeling overwhelmed. Practice moderation when you start a new exercise plan. Take it in slow, easy steps instead of wearing yourself out on the first day. Well, the little beep is going off from the either smoke detector or carbon monoxide detector, you know, what it does when it needs a new battery. So we're all hiding in here with Mama because it's very disturbing to my puppies. So I'm waiting for my grandson to wake up and change the battery, and then we can all get back to normal. So I'm finally doing my laundry, and there's a lot of it. Hopefully I'll get it done today, along with putting away some Christmas things, because that needs to be done too. Okay, well, today I finally finished my laundry, and it was like, I can't even remember, 3 or 4 big loads. A lot of it was pajamas. I spend a lot of time in my pajamas in the winter. Not so much in the summer because I go out, I work in my garden, but in the winter I like the cozy feel of my pajamas. They're comfortable, and I can work in those just as well as I can work in anything else. So I did get that accomplished. I still have to put some of it away, but it's all washed and folded. I started taking down my Christmas stuff. I put some away. Some still needs to be put away. You know, you always think, well, I didn't get that much out, but then you end up when you're putting it away, it's like, oh, well, that was more than what I thought I had put out. Because if you're anything like me, you decorate over, 2 or 3 days. It's not always in one day. So I feel like I got some things accomplished today, which is good. I ate an early dinner, like about 3:30. I was hungry. It was too late for lunch, too early really for dinner. But that will be it for today. And I had more of my pasta dish that I made yesterday. But I have to be very careful with tomatoes anymore because of the acid. It really bothers my reflux. So, and that's why I only drink 1 cup of coffee a day. I try and limit my caffeine even in my tea, because if I have too much of it, my chest burns and it just, it's not fun. So I don't know how I got such a screwed up GI system. I know my grandfather, he always had problems with ulcers and things like that. He couldn't eat strawberries. I think he ended up in the hospital at one point because it gave him bleeding ulcers. But, hereditary issues do have a lot to do with it, even if you eat right. And between that and, sometimes it's like, well, geez, what should I eat? Because then, they say the fibromyalgia, that can come from food allergies or, all the joint pain and things like that. So unless you're very diligent and you give up everything and then just reintroduce foods a little at a time, which is really a lot of work, it's kind of hard to pin it down. So I try and eat everything in moderation. I try and eat relatively healthy. I try and limit my junk food. Now, with the holidays having just passed, I've been eating a lot of chocolate, which I shouldn't be eating either because chocolate has caffeine and that irritates the esophagus. So you shouldn't have coffee, you shouldn't have caffeinated coffee, you shouldn't have chocolate, you shouldn't have caffeinated tea, you shouldn't have mint. Oh, there's a whole list. You know, of course, there's always gluten and dairy and all that stuff. So I don't know. I started these issues probably in my late 40s, mid 40s, and I'd have episodes where it flared up and then it went away for a long time. But now it's like it never goes away. It's always there. You know, I don't even remember the last time when I can say, boy, I feel good today. You know, it's just with age, you know, and it's more than just, oh, I have an ache here or I have a pain there. You know, that's normal aging. This is something totally different. It's like one big flare. So I know a lot of you out there have a similar problem, similar issues, because you tell me in the comments below. And I really, really feel for you because I know how it feels. Sometimes when you don't feel good, you kind of don't feel like doing anything, you know. It's like your body says, nope, I don't want you to do that. Nope, not that either. And I don't want to become so sedentary that I just kind of sit there and, you know, read or watch TV all day long. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing some of that, and I actually enjoy some of that, but I don't want that to be my whole day or my whole life. You know, I want to do things still. I mean, at 73, I'm not a spring chicken, but I'm not super old either, but boy, I'll tell you, sometimes I feel it. I feel like I am. And then, you know, too, if you are a caregiver, either for a husband or a child or a mother or a father, whatever, it really kicks your butt. So, anyway, I'm tired today. Tomorrow I got to take my mom to the doctor. Then I'll just go from there and see what this next week brings us. So anyway, I'm going to go just relax a little bit now, and I'll kind of watch TV. So that's all I have for you today, my friends. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share. Thanks for watching.